Hi everybody, welcome to the Actors Academy. Thank you for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about how we, in acting, are the product, and the industry that we're trying to get into is the business. So what can we do, and why are we treating ourselves like a product, and how is this going to help us? The reason that we have to treat ourselves like a product, and not in a derogatory way, but a product meaning that there's a lot of competition out there. And we're going to be auditioning for movies, for TV shows, for plays, and we want to get picked for those parts. But you may go and audition for a great movie, and there's that one lead part that you're auditioning for. But it's not just you auditioning. There may be 200 other actors auditioning for this exact same part that you are auditioning for. Now, how do you get picked for that part? What do you have to do? How can you give yourself the best chance and the best opportunity at getting picked? Now, the reason I want to treat acting like a business is to think about it this way. There are a lot of different smartphones out there, right? We got iPhones, we got Samsung's phones, we got Google phones, we got a lot of different smartphones out there. A lot of people will choose which smartphone that they want. Not everybody has an iPhone, not everybody has a Google phone. People choose these phones for specific reasons. Maybe they like the cameras on these phones. Maybe they like the processing systems on these phones. Maybe they just like the look of the phone. Maybe it's the price of the phone. Whatever it may be, there are some things that are more appealing to people than others, and there are reasons that they will choose one smartphone over the other. Now, the tricky thing with acting is that every single actor is like their own individual smartphone. So you are your very own smartphone. I'm my very own smartphone. The next actor that's going to be coming in is also their own smartphone. Now, how this gets tricky is that the product that people are going to buy is us. And ultimately what we're trying to do, if we're all our own smartphones, we're trying to convince the casting director to put us in their movie. It's trying to convince somebody to buy the Apple smartphone over the Google smartphone. But again, there are a lot of different smartphones out there if we consider each actor their own smartphone. So how can you put yourself in the best position of getting booked? Well, by treating this industry like a business and treating yourself like a product, what you can start to do is work on yourself and develop yourself into the best product possible. The best way to think about it is like this. The iPhone 4, nobody in their right minds nowadays would go and buy a smartphone 4. You know what everybody wants right now? They want the new iPhone 12. Because the new iPhone 12 has better cameras, better processing systems, it has a bigger screen, it has so many other things that the iPhone 4 doesn't have. The iPhone 4 is now obsolete. So if someone gave you the option right now of buying the iPhone 4 or buying the iPhone 12, you'd want to buy the iPhone 12. When an actor comes into the room, if there's an actor who really works in their craft, they know what they're doing, they make good relationships, maybe they've auditioned for this casting director before and they have a good rapport with them, there's this person right here, maybe that's the iPhone 12, and then we have the iPhone 4 coming in, someone who doesn't work on their acting at all, who's not very good, who kind of memorizes their lines, but not really, who flubs their lines all the time, who doesn't know how to talk to the casting directors and all these different things. This is an iPhone 4. Which one is the casting director going to want to choose? They're going to want to choose the better actor, the one who's going to be more fit for the part and has all these better qualities compared to this person who is auditioning. So by treating ourselves like a product and realizing this point, what we can do is we start to develop ourselves even more into becoming more proficient and better actors. Hopefully we will be better actors next month compared to where we are today. Hopefully next year we'll be better actors than where we are today. But that brings me to asking you the question now, are you better today than you were last month? Are you better today than you were 2 months ago? Are you better today than you were 1 year ago? Hopefully the answer is yes, but a lot of people will say, no, not really, or the amount of better that they got was maybe this small. For you, you have to make sure that you're constantly innovating, you're constantly trying to get better and improving on your work. So one of the questions that I ask actors all the time is how much they're practicing. How much are you practicing? How much today did you work on your acting? How much yesterday did you work on your acting? How about in this whole week? How much did you work on your acting? How many hours did you actually put in on it? And this is the big difference between people. There's the actors who can work a really lot on their craft to get very good at what they're doing, and then there are actors who don't work that much on their craft and who kind of get by sometimes. The stronger actor is the one who can work on their craft all the time. Because you have to remember, acting is still an art form, and we still have to work on it and progress. It's just like any other art form. You want to be a martial artist, you want to be a grand pianist, you want to be able to go and paint the Mona Lisa, you have to put hours and hours and hours of work in order to be able to accomplish those tasks. You want to be the next Bruce Lee, you have to work hours and hours and hours on your craft, on your kicks, on your punches if you want to be the next Bruce Lee. You can't just say, I'm going to work for 30 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, maybe 15 minutes the day after that, and then I'll get a whole hour in the day after that. You can't do that. You have to work constantly and diligently. You want to be a grand pianist? Well, you can't just be a grand pianist in the next year. It takes so much time, it takes so much effort to put in. If you looked at a grand pianist and you looked at their schedule for how much they actually practice, they practice more than just 1 hour a day. And sometimes actors think that's the bare minimum if they even practice at all. Most actors I find do not practice on their acting very much at all. The only practice that they will really get is when they get an audition. When their agent calls them up and says, hey, here are some sides, they take those sides, they look at the scene, then their practice is in those 1 or 2 days when they're trying to work on the scene. But that's not good enough. Could you imagine a concert pianist if the only time they were going to practice is 2 days before their concert? No way. They would never do that. So for you, you have to put in the work. Now, by treating ourselves like a product and realizing this factor, it's a lot easier for us to realize, oh, wait a minute, I have to do work. I have to keep innovating. I can't just be an iPhone 4 forever. I have to upgrade and become an iPhone 12. And it does have to go through a process. You're going to be starting at an iPhone 4, and then you're going to be a 5, and then you're going to be 6, and you're going to work all the way up to an iPhone 12. And you're working and developing your craft, but by thinking about ourselves like a product, it's a lot easier to realize, okay, I have to keep advancing. I have to be better next year. I have to be better next month compared to where I am today. I have to constantly keep improving and working and developing. Now, it's not just about the craft of acting that we have to do. Yes, that is a huge part of it, but we also need other things, realizing that we're a product. We have to be able to get in front of people so they know we exist. We have to let the casting director know that we are alive, that we want to be in a movie, in a TV show, in a play, whatever it is you're auditioning for. You have to let them know that you exist. One way to be able to do this is to have great, amazing headshots. If you just have an okay headshot, or you have a bad headshot where you took it on your phone and it's kind of blurry, or the coloring's a little off, and there's so many things that can go wrong with it if you take it on your phone. If you have that type of headshot, it's going to be a lot harder for you to go and book part, because casting directors won't give you a chance to come to the room and audition for the role. If you have a great, amazing headshot, you have a lot better chance at getting into the room. All you need is the opportunity. There's no guarantee that you're going to book the part. There's no guarantee that someone's going to go and buy the Google smartphone or going to buy an Apple smartphone. But what you can do is you can say, hey, this is what my product is. This is what it can do. It's up to you if you want to buy it. You're the actor. You're going into the audition room. You're saying, hey, this is what I can do. This is my work. This is what I'm showing you guys. If you want to put me in the movie, great. If you don't want to put me in the movie and you're going to go a different direction, that's also fine. But as long as you can get into the room, but you have to have amazing headshots. And by treating ourselves like a product and realizing, hey, we got to keep upgrading our phones. We can't always stay at an iPhone 4 level. We got to go and upgrade to an iPhone 12 level. You have to ask yourself with your headshots, is your headshot right now a great headshot? Is it a perfect headshot? Or is it kind of an okay headshot? Should you be improving it? Should you keep trying to work and say, okay, I'm going to try next month to get even better headshots. The month after that, even better headshots. Try and get the best possible headshot that you can. The next thing is representation. You have to have good representation, people that will represent you and support you and help you along your way in this journey, people who want you to do well, people who are on your side, really working for you. You don't want to get representation or an agent who's going to submit you for a project every 3 months. They say, hey, here's one audition for you. Okay, here's another audition for you every 3 months. You want somebody who's going to be actively working for you and trying to help you. And part of the thing that you have to do is do your research. Find representation that really suits you, that you really like. And that's why when a lot of actors go and they have meetings with, 1 or 2 agencies, that's not enough. You have to go and meet with a lot of different agencies so you can find out who's going to work best for you. Think about it this way with your product. Somebody's going to be doing marketing for your product. They're going to be trying to put it out there. You want to have the best person who's really going to try and help you market your product really well. So you want to have good representation for yourself. And part of that is just doing your research and finding, hey, who's going to work for you best. Even if you had an audition for, let's say, CAA, and they're the biggest agency in the world, and they say, hey, we want you to come in for an audition, and they signed you, but they only submit you once a year, that's not very good. But if there's another agency that's not as big as CAA, but they give you an audition every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, every week, that would be so much better compared to you just have one audition every year. It's going to be a lot harder for you to book those parts. So there's a lot of different things that you have to do, but by treating ourselves like a product and realizing that this is a business, right? We're the product that we're trying to sell. We're the business owner saying, hey, this is our product. You want to buy this product? This is what it can do. We've upgraded from an iPhone 4 all the way up to an iPhone 12. And then if someone wants to put you in a movie, great. If they don't want to put you in a movie, that's fine. But again, by treating ourselves like a business, like a product, it's easier for us to actively keep moving forward, developing our products, getting a lot better at our craft, and realizing, hey, I still have to work. I still have to keep pushing forward. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with everything. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you guys. Also, I'll be leaving the 10-hour Acting Masterclass 2.0, our newly enhanced version, down in the description below and also in the comment section, as well as our 10 acting resume templates. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.